All right, guys, welcome back to the Somehow We Manage podcast where I pissed Sam off before stream started. Like, immensely pissed this man off. How are you doing,
I
Sam?
am so sorry. I am so sorry.
I poked the
I
bear.
much
On full like transparency here, I did poke the bear. Like, I mean, I don't know. What's going on this week in esports? Like that's what we're gonna start out with because like we gotta touch on some esports stuff and then we can get into the stuff everybody really came for. I bought
Pokemon.
I went too far. I went too far. But
No,
I never go
no,
too far because I need stuff from this set. Surging Sparks. We're looking for a Pikachu out of that. And if I somehow pull a Moonbreon, we're going on vacation to Barbados.
oh, hell yeah. It's time.
But yeah, this week in esports, honestly, there hasn't been shit going on. I mean, there has, but nothing really like newsworthy. Something to do with Halo, something to do with Apex, something to do with Overwatch, and something to do with streamers. Pretty much is what we're gonna be touching upon here. So Halo popping off. I've honestly seen it popping off a lot on my feed. I don't really know like how well it's doing in viewership retainment, but at the same time, I love Halo. Did you ever play Halo like LAN parties with your friends or whatever?
Way back.
Wait.
I was not. Listen, I was not able to. I had a PlayStation 2 with Tiger Woods and backyard baseball. That was
Oh,
the extent I was allowed to play.
your
Other than,
baseball. My brother was obsessed with that shit.
I loved it. I got to play Battlefield though, or not Battlefield, Battlefront
Mm.
2. That was my violent video game my parents hated because it came from my cousin. They didn't get it, so.
I had a lot of honestly, my childhood was basically on Battlefront 2. I think my brother, you and I used to love the space battles that you could do in that game because you could fly into like the enemy's like aircraft and you could destroy it from the inside out.
Yes.
That's all we used to do with that shit. We would just win no matter what because like the AI is actually really bad in that game. I mean, other
Yeah.
than like I have gotten my shit rocked a few times when I was younger, but I the game is just more it was dumb fun. Like you could definitely find new stuff or like just have dumb fun. I remember my brother and I used to argue whoever got the Jedi because it wasn't randomized
That
back then.
no.
It
No,
was
and you got
first player.
everything. There was no DLC. There was
Mm,
no random have to connect online, no, you know, update that could brick your system
oh my god.
randomly.
My OBS has crashed twice now, so let's hope it doesn't crash a third time.
No, no. We put on some we exude luck here. We provide luck.
But yeah,
I'm
I did
excited.
go.
No, go ahead.
Oh,
No,
I
no,
was just
no.
gonna go back into the Halo thing because I was like, Halo's just popping off, and it's good to see like grassroots games coming back up. You know, like I've noticed a lot of these like more grassroots video games have been becoming a lot more popular. It started out with Smash. Smash all of a sudden popped off, and then the Pokemon scene is kind of popping off right now, and then now we're up to what a chess pickup, Halo, and Overwatch kind of becoming grassroots.
hmm I mean, I think it's really come back around, you know. Um, it's odd. It really is odd to see it go full circle. Um, but like, I want to see games like Heroes of War come back because that really, for the longest time, was kind of trying not to get big. Um, but they got the bite of the esports, a bit of the esports
Mm-hmm.
flew when it came to it because I'm not sure. This was a story that was told to me by one of the one of the managers of, I think it was the Grand Marriott in downtown San Diego, which used to host the World Championship, or at least the National Championship of Gears of War. They would host it in San Diego because the team would take, at least this is, I'm not 100%, the team would take a 1 week break. Like the developers would take a 1 week break in San Diego, and they would come to watch a grassroots tournament, and they just started supporting it internally in like um, on their Twitter, any sort of social media. So Gears of War was literally built off the esports scene was literally built off the backs of the players, the staff members with the teams, and then also the staff that developed the game. Because they just decided to take a 1 week vacation in San Diego, and it just happened to coincide with like the Gears of War tournament.
They found a passion and was able to build from the inside up too, which is really good. Especially like being able to cater to, and I think that's what I always talk about Pokemon. I always talk about Pokemon, but I don't care. It seems like they're trying to split the competitive and the single player experience within Pokemon, because like you every time you come out with a new region or a new game, there's new Pokemon to balance, patch out. Like there's new mechanics, there's new everybody gets new moves, everybody gets new base stats. They have to balance it around a competitive scene. And with what they're trying to do with the new game that they just announced, Pokemon Champions, it seems like that they're trying to split that single player and competitive scene so that competitive players can get quick balance updates and the new Pokemon are implemented, balanced, or ready to go for competitive side, while people can enjoy a still single player story driven experience. And I think that's what Gears of War did really well, especially since they had both and they were able to keep a fan base within their single player and their multiplayer.
I mean, I'm gonna sound like a boomer, but that's the good old days of how it used to work,
True.
right?
Yeah, you're right. Because, like, you could always shoot the shit in Call of Duty, like, running around, whatever, killing each other, or you could play through the whole story of Black Ops 2. Like, I remember how great that story was.
I mean, I had a friend that just picked up Monster Hunter. Well, that's a big
Mm.
news story too. Monster Hunter just came out this week, and he swore up and down that he was not going to play with anyone else and do his solo playthrough of the story and then join people for the online experience. And that used to be kind of a thing. Either you'd hop online and play the, FPS as it was, like a pure-blooded FPS and or like online FPS, or you'd hop on, you'd learn the game through the story. You'd either be a story enjoyer or learn it through the story, the mechanics, and then hop online when you were done. That I'm sounding old because Call of Duty doesn't have that great of a story anymore. Like it
Mm-mm.
just
It caters to the
Battlefield is a
FPS
mess.
play.
I mean, you could even say Gears of War kind of. I think it was kind of like this sounds weird. I think Gears of War was literally the last bastion of FPS with a story. Because I remember the last Gears of War I watched because it was from an old streamer who used to be an old competitor. He probably would not like hearing that, and he doesn't really know me. I used to do a little bit of editing for him, but he used to be a pro Gears of War player, and he would play through the story. And I remember the last time it was a good story. It just I think it flew under the radar because it was Gears of War. Who wants to play story mode? Just play online. Meanwhile, the servers have netcode issues and you get shot across a wall when you were behind it. So,
Well, and even then, like, I'm trying to think back, like, I remember playing through Halo 4 in its entirety. I actually re-went through that game in like the hardest difficulty because you could get a special Master Chief helmet in the multiplayer. And
really,
yeah, you could, yeah, if you beat the story mode in like veteran mode, you got a Master Chief helmet. Like you could actually have the actual helmet because before it was just random cosmetic helmets. And yeah, and then you could get that through that. So I played it through twice, and honestly, still probably one of the best games that I would say I played. A lot of people will give me hate for that too, because not a lot of people liked Halo 4, but that story was definitely one of my favorites, and it was really good. I even played. I'll say I'm an avid Halo player. Like I loved playing Halo 1 through 4. I didn't play 5 because they focused on competitive too much. And I'm not gonna lie, I tried playing Infinite, and once again, like I didn't play the story because it wasn't the game didn't feel like it was geared towards story anymore. Like when you load up the game, you pretty much get thrown almost immediately into the multiplayer experience.
really,
Yeah,
I
I might be speaking out of my ass a little bit, but it genuinely
no,
like I felt led to the multiplayer experience. I didn't feel led to a story.
I, That's okay. So, and that's an important thing to note. I think what you feel about a game almost is more important than what actually was presented in the game, right? They could have had a 20-hour long campaign or 40-hour long campaign with multiple stories, but if it felt like they were off-ramping you to play multiplayer at every chapter end, what's the point of playing the story, right? At
Yeah,
some level, they probably just didn't care. And like even if it was a 2-hour long story, kind of like what happened with Call of Duty, that's what it felt like with the newest Call of Duty. What was it? Modern Warfare 3 for that one.
yeah.
I thought it was kind of gross. Like, yeah, here's like Ghost and Roach and everyone else. Like, I don't even remember if it was
I mean,
Gross, but like
they keep
everyone else.
reusing brands or IPs, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of leads into maybe a topic. I mean, not to off ramp us again, but like the nostalgia factor is like kind of crazy in the sense that like complexity is coming in swinging, trying to be like, yeah, we own the esports space again, and Envy being like, yeah, you remember us, Smile? No, like you're both of you are dead brands. I'm sorry. Like you guys have like I'm seeing 7,900 likes on their Marvel Rivals tweet, but like let's be real, like how many people follow this account? 537,500 people. 7,000 people liking that. Like congratulations, shout out to NK, former player like that I used to work with. Um but like cool, like they haven't won anything.
Yeah, they're just
There's only
making
one other team I
announcements.
know. Yeah, there's only that's crazy to me. Like oh, here we also have like what is Sentinels picked up one of the best rosters,
I was
but
about to
like
say, yeah, they just won, didn't they?
yeah, they're winning, but the thing is they're stomping everyone. I've not seen Envy compete against them, and I'm pretty sure like all these players are excellent. Space, Paintbrush, Sleepy, NK. These a remix, one of my favorite tank players and human beings in Overwatch. They're all really good players, but they haven't won anything in Marvel Rivals. It's like a paper launch. It's almost like a 50-90. Yeah, it should be great on paper, but who's actually going to see them play and who like they haven't actually competed. They just haven't. Like the reason why they got those spots was not because of how good they are in that game. It's because they knew people who knew people who knew people. We've been complaining about this.
Yeah,
Envy just continued to perpetuate it, and like the fact that they said like another post where it's Wiz Rob, Smash Melee, like Marvel Rivals, check. What's gonna happen next? Like
it's a
maybe we
farm.
don't care. Like the answer is like they're all asking for Halo and Counter Strike. You want to know why?
Wait, what? One more time?
Everyone in the chat, I think the top comments are
Oh,
Halo,
Halo, Counter Strike.
uh,
Yeah,
Halo and Counter Strike, and not just that, you got people bot farming um for Valorant.
yeah. Well, it's even like noticing they're going a lot of flashy games right now. You know, like I get that's a way to start, but at the same time, like I pointed out this earlier, the first one to pop off was Smash, so they jumped into that way late. May I just say? Um, Rivals, like they're just following the hype of everybody else. Rivals right there, and then they've got the ALGS team during the roster mania that's currently going on, and then Valorant. I mean, I personally have a vendetta against Valorant, but once again, I feel
Yeah.
like Valorant, like it's not it's not an entertaining game to watch. It feels like to me, at least. And like this might be my old brain, like everybody's way too fast in this game, but I just the gameplay is just not entertaining. There's too much.
I mean, if we're staying on the topic of Valorant for a minute, I mean that kind of can go back to another topic I was mentioning, where they are in a situation now where there is no tier two scene that's viable.
hmm
There is no viability. Like Marvel Rivals had it, and now the gate is closing very quickly with Envy and Complexity looking, or Envy acquiring a team and Complexity probably eyeing a team, my answer is why. Like, I know they're getting paid way too much a month to be playing a game that they legitimately have not shown anything. Like, shout out to Amori who like does really hard work. They have done amazing work. They were with us at Triumph for a bit, and like I, they are amazing. I don't ever want to discount their hard work. There is no but. The but in regards to this is no one else should be really acquiring teams unless they are 100% dedicating themselves to uplifting the tier 2 scene. Like these are all like complexity bot or NV brought old or bot technically old Overwatch players that are kind of washed. Like all of them are cool. Like they're really good people, but they're kind of washed. They all went immediately to what was the new Steam Valve game that was
Oh, the
the
Deadlock game, Dead on Arrival.
they, yeah, they all were a team for Deadlock, and now they're all a team for Marvel Rivals. That's a completely different game, man. Like
What's
it just
even
it's
funnier when I was doing a lot more work for Team Growth is like I was messaging teams like that who were playing Deadlock, and I was literally telling them like this game is not doing okay right now. Like Valve hasn't said anything. They're honestly like still in beta game. Like it's still a brand new game to Steam, and we all know how Valve likes to treat their games. They continue working on them for years and years and years until either one they drop the title entirely, like they did with TF2, or they just keep renewing it and giving it a pretty paint job. You know, like CS2, that was just a pretty paint job. Let's be honest. Um,
um, but
the
it
new
was
Dota
also
2 update is a pretty paint job. Like I wanted to just get that out there too.
I'll interrupt you for that. At least it was an optimization plus. I'll say that. For everyone that's playing on old hardware, especially people who are refusing to go to Windows 11, me, it's nice that they are accommodating for now because the optimizations for Windows, Linux, and Mac, I don't even know if you can play Counter-Strike on Mac, but like the optimization between multiple operating systems is a big W in Valve's book. Like I'm can't get around that. Like
Mhm.
I understand that it's a pretty paint job, but you could be like an Overwatch that literally lost optimization. There was a whole joke where everyone would have an alt account on Overwatch. Like I have 5 of them, 4 of them,
Yeah,
because the amount of people on your friends list would affect your FPS.
that's nuts.
So everyone would have an alt account that literally had no one on it, so you could gain a 10 FPS back.
Jeez, I'm crow. Yeah, no, that's insane. I get like, and that's one thing that Valve does excel at is like they do good at optimization because even like Dota 2 went through a phase where it was horrible optimization. They fixed that, and Valorant. I mean, hell, I remember. I mean, I had a potato PC at one point. I literally stuck a power bank in it and prayed that it worked. Um, and that even struggled to run like CS Source. You know, so a lot of
Yeah.
that was like frustrating, so I understand the optimization sources, but even then, like, don't call it a new game. Like, that's my beef with it. Don't call it a new game. Dota, honestly, they
Yeah.
kept the Dota 2 name, and like they've done optimization. They've rebranded that whole entire map like 5, 6 times already. Like, I'll give them that. They keep the name, but at the same time, Dota 2 apparently is still in beta to this day, according to Valve website. Which they might have just not updated that shit because it's at like 7.46 right now. But it's still hilarious. I do have some breaking news.
Oh,
Nightmare are Overwatch North American champions.
Nightmare.
Nightmare. Yeah. I knew that name would pop up for you.
That's, I mean, congratulations to them. I'm gonna be real. They worked really, really hard for a lot of this stuff. Hey, what's up? Yeah,
Sam is being taken away. Oh no, I gotta do a side quest here. I have a perfect side quest actually. I just opened up the packs of Prismatic. Here we go. Alright. We're going for a Moonbreon here. We're shooting for the
I'm so
Moonbreon.
sorry.
No, you're good.
I
I decided
literally,
I'm opening packs.
oh hell yeah.
That was gonna be my side quest. All right, here we go.
Well, let me know when to stop talking.
No, you're good. Let's see. I got my camera up too if you want to see it, but here we go.
I'm watching. Yeah, I'm
Here we go.
watching you. Don't worry.
I gotta flip the camera or my Discord. All right. Always start with an energy
Okay.
here. We're looking for a Moonbryon. If we get the Moonbryon, I'm going to pop the fuck off. Like deadass will do a full streamer reaction without faking it. Like it will be the most genuine reaction.
You're getting me hyped.
Come on. Think. One more, I think we get reverse hollow. No, wait, I'm wrong. Am I wrong? Yeah, I'm wrong. There's a reverse hollow trainer.
Okay.
We got another reverse hollow. And then here's the hit.
Oh, oh.
Oh, it's a hollow Flareon. Darn it. All right.
Okay, it was close. It
We
was
got.
close.
Hey, we're in the same line. You know, Flareon, Umbreon. Like, it's just as long as it ends with Eon. Honestly, I'm chill with it. If I pull that Leafeon card, I might actually like jump for joy too. Because honestly, it's such a pretty card. All right, that's one pack down. I've still got. Honestly, we're doing a double.
Okay.
We're doubling it up.
Back to back.
I've got.
I gotta get my cards next week. I feel so bad. I
Nah,
gotta get
you're
mine.
good. I I have a problem. I love what I do. I love this stuff. This is just like Pokemon is like my childhood. So like it's just that nostalgia factor that we were talking about earlier.
Oh
It's
yeah.
truly all it is for me is that I love like I remember playing through Diamond and Pearl. I remember playing well we're still on Diamond and Pearl, but I mean this is from Scarlet and Violet. Like I played through Scarlet and Violet. Why are we getting so many Diamond and Pearl Pokemon? Jesus. I mean I guess it's platinum, but still. Alright, where are we at? We're at the reverse hollow. So reverse hollow Glaceon. That's such a pretty
Okay.
card.
That is a nice card.
You got a reverse hollow Lacey.
Okay.
Hit.
Come
We're
on.
at the hit.
Come on. Come on.
Oh, hollow Glaceon. Still a really nice card. I got
Is
the
that a double
reverse.
Glaceon?
Yeah, so you got the reverse hollow and then the hollow.
Okay, that's kind of cool. Back to back.
Honestly,
That you know
if
what?
if I start completing the set, that's perfect. This for me, honestly. So the issue, so you know I collect the sets, right? Like I complete all of the sets that I can. The issue with this set is that not only are there reverse hollows, but there is Pokeball and Master Ball reverse hollows. So each card, there's 4 copies of each card, basically. So you're
Oh really?
quadrupling the set number, the master set number.
Okay, that's a little spooky.
Yeah. Or I guess tripling, because the initial number times 3, yeah. But, no, yeah. It's crazy. And I don't know. This one would be a lifetime set completion because at the same time, there's a $1,500 Moonbryon in it. And once again, I refuse to spend that kind of money. I'll buy it gambling for it, doing something I love.
Well, once you hit the millionaire status, you'll get it. Don't worry.
Hell yeah, that's what the ideal life is. What else do we got going on here? Nightmare just won Overwatch. Overwatch is moving. I feel like more to a grassroots community. The people who are going to keep it alive are the people who absolutely love Overwatch.
I, yeah, I'm. I guess here's my biggest thing is with all these new titles kind of being eaten up by old guard teams, there won't be. If I'm looking at the charts right now, North America, Amplify, Nightmare, Redbirds, Valentine, they have Liquids in there, Shinigami's in there, O3 Splash is in there, but it's not real O3. It's the NA variant, Space Station, Timeless, Rad, and Good Boys. Like I notice Timeless, Space Station, Liquid, Shinigami, O3 Splash is kind of back and forth for me. Redbirds, Nightmares kind of in the lower tier. Those are all professional teams. I would call tier. They're not like you got 2 pro teams in Liquid and Space Station, and you got a couple of tier ones, and then a lot of tier twos, and a shit ton of tier threes.
Yeah.
it's not going to like.
None of these players have been competing throughout the whole entire time for Overwatch. So is this like
What was
is
that?
this the new guard of Overwatch basically? Like all these new is there a
Yeah,
bunch of new players?
yeah. I'm almost certain if I'm looking at the players, let me go to North America. I probably wouldn't recognize a lot of them unless they're on collegiate teams. I actually recognize a good amount of them. It's um, I think the inherent issue like arises when it comes to when are they going to jump ship, because everyone does jump ship to the next game. Um, because I'm seeing teams with 8 players on them when it's a 5-player game. I'm sorry, you're not a tier 2 team and you should not be getting what we used to call tags in Overwatch and the OW. You're not a pro. Um, it's just how it is. Sorry, like you're really removing or like diluting what used to be professional. Like I would even say like Space Station Gaming, like I think it's teetering on the edge of being professional or being given tags. Like it's not a big enough scene anymore to really deem them pro esports players at this point.
That makes
Even though
sense.
they're winning money,
Yeah.
even though they're going really hard, I really like give a good old pat on the back for Redbirds. I mean, that's a collegiate team. Like that's awesome. But that's literally one team that's collegiate. So
Yeah, and even then, yeah.
I
They can only compete in so many tournaments too.
I mean, and the crazy thing is they only have one North American player, and the reason they can get around that is because these players are currently, even though they are from a different country, they are given esports scholarships. So
Got it.
I congratulations again. That's a big congratulations to them getting their education while gaming. Like, dude, I wish I could have done that, but
Hmm. That would have been
I just don't
great.
see the viability. Yeah, I just don't see the viability for. I mean, I'm going back through it. Like, if I'm looking through our list, Halo, I think still has some money in it because you've got old guard like us that will watch it. Like when it hits, like
What?
semifinals, like for
Yeah.
me at least, I'll watch it. Splitgate is OG. Like I'll watch a little bit of Splitgate. It breaks my brain, but I'll watch it.
Here's my thing with I'm gonna touch on Halo again. It's just like I'm looking at Halo and like yeah, there's a few like sponsor teams, a few organizational teams, but even then like a lot of these guys are just doing it because they love the game. Like this is true like I would say true grassroots. You know? Like I plenty of people could what is that tournament? LVT? LTV? Level up?
BCT? Are you talking
No,
about
it's the Halo. There's a Halo. Oh god, I gotta stop opening my mouth before I fucking know what I'm talking about. Hold on. LVT? Yeah, LVT Halo. They're a grassroots Halo company. They do tournaments for out in where was this? Texas. Hold on. Now I'm doing my deep dive real quick. Cuz they did a LAN tournament. It was the LAN tournament that Meetmer organization was supposed to go to for their Halo team. I don't know if you remember this, what I'm talking about.
I have a vague memory.
It's people that we don't talk to anymore, I guess is the best way I could say
Oh, yeah, I got
it.
you. No, I'm catching what you're saying. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a LAN tournament, and they still continue to host LAN tournaments for people who just want to come out and like go. So
I mean, that's
that's what I could
good.
call like true grassroots, in my opinion. And the fact that it's withstood this long of time, like I say it's doing okay. You know, like not extreme jumps. Vegas, that's where it was supposed to be.
Oh, yeah, got you. Yep.
You know what I'm talking about now.
I knew, but I didn't realize it was back. I forgot it was back in Vegas. I thought we were talking about, the Midwest. There's also
Yeah.
a Midwest one. Like, but that's old Midwest. Like, it
Actually,
doesn't
how
even
did
make money anymore. So
LVT sponsored a team and they won their own tournament? That's funny.
that's, you know what? That's not a bad thing.
No, I mean it's not. Yeah, how did hold on? I was trying to figure out how these guys did. What were they? They made it. Oh boy. Oh, top 16. That wasn't bad. They went down there and got top 16. Didn't earn anything, but that's still cool. That's my other thing though, is I feel like with Halo is you got to be really good, especially with the amount of people who like have continued playing throughout the years. Same thing goes
Oh,
with
well,
Fortnite, I would say as well. Even though, forgive my language, I hate Fortnite.
I think, I mean, a piece of news in that, I'm pretty sure Bugga, the original like Fortnite guy, just retired.
He did. He was on Gen G, wasn't he, or something stupid like? No, he was on
I
Dig.
jumped. He jumped from team to team. I think I don't think he had a full stay with anyone.
Uh, I think he was last with Dignitas. I swear.
Yeah, that was. But I'm pretty sure he wasn't with Dignitas the whole time though.
Wait, Dignitas still exists?
Yep, they do.
Oh shit. I mean, this feels like an old guard team, but that doesn't like do much. Like I don't. They honestly successfully dodged everybody else shutting down.
Dignitas, yeah. Well, they have uh the Philadelphia 76ers drip
Um,
feeding them money constantly. Dignitas is also partnered and co-owned or co-partnered with, like, I don't know what you would describe it as. Um, Dignitas and SKT, or T1 as they're now known, they're partner, like they're sister teams. They're owned by the same owner. So they have a lot of money and they've been drip feeding them just the right of money, and it's not venture capital money, which is kind of big.
Ruderman Family Foundations. Hmm. I guess I haven't paid attention to Dignitas at all. Cause like I thought honestly I was under the impression that they died.
I mean, Dig is probably one of the smarter organizations. Um, kind of before EG made their stupid decision, I would say EG and Dig were probably the smartest by not taking a shit ton of VC money. They did take VC money, but not enough to sink the org if it went bad. So,
I mean, basically EG are basically dropped everything though. They
I
had
mean,
to drop everything.
EG is its weird entity. I mean, I have just as much disdain for EG as I do for Complexity and what's their name? I
Envious.
Envy. Yeah. I mean, it's just
I don't remember. EG changed hands and then basically shut down, right? Or it cut
EG
all of their
was
teams.
EG was weird. EG essentially had um they were doing really well and they rode off the back of their success, and they said, "Hey, let's be like let's be a little bit different." And they hired in someone that took the team and the organization in a very different direction than what I think it really needed, which was to just stay the course. They literally picked up like five different like roster team, or what do we call them, roster teams. They were just like tier two teams to become feeder rosters, and it fell apart to the point where like I think she made a really good attempt. The new CEO, I think she had the right idea. It just the amount of money and effort it would have taken, and it did take, to try and uplift the community from tier two up. You need everyone investing into that, from the liquids to the SKTs to the Furias to the MIBRs. You need everyone on board to do it, internationally and national. Um, and it just didn't work. They had like I think four rostered or five rostered CS:GO teams at different levels
I
to
thought
bring them up and send them down accordingly.
I thought that was the oh god. There was another team that had a bunch of CS rosters. I think it was Complexity at one point. I think they had 3 CS:GO rosters at one point. I could be wrong on this, but I remember they had one for like each tier of competition, and then at one point I think 2 of them ended up in the same spot or something like that. I'm trying to remember this. There was a I don't think it was Complexity anymore, but it was I think it was IG, a Chinese organization actually that I'm thinking of because they had. Oh nope! I know who it is. It was Vici J. I don't know if you know Vici J.
No, not particularly, but I'm
It's a
entertained.
it's a Chinese organization, and they basically had their Chinese roster, and then they had a North American roster, who they partnered with. Oh, I don't remember his name. I think it's Jason Storm or something like that. Because it was Vici J Storm, so it was somebody's organization. I think it was a famous like sports player. No, now I have to do my own research here. But basically, they both ended up to TI, and there was controversy about it because they were both sponsored by Vici J. Who was the owner of this organization?
Oh shit, let me send you something. Oh man, I missed this by a couple days. I mean, that this makes sense
Jeremy
though.
Lin.
Oh my god, that's a name. Holy shit, yes.
Yeah, Jeremy Lin used to own Vici J Storm. Vici J Storm was the VGJ Chinese roster's North American roster.
Yeah,
And
I vaguely
because of
remember
rules,
this.
they had to disband the whole organization because they changed rules. You couldn't have two teams under the brand.
Yeah, I vaguely remember this. Yeah,
Oh, wait, you were
I
sending me
mean,
something.
no, no, just take a look at what happened.
Oh no. I mean,
I mean, this is
you
why I don't put
called
money
this
into
though.
esports.
You called it
Yeah,
happening. Like when we first were scouting, you called this happening because you said it could happen at any moment.
yeah. That's why I
I
was
mean, this is
saying,
public knowledge. I don't know why I'm hiding the organization, but basically, Pulse is shut down. That's nuts.
well, I think, and this is gonna sound really bad, and I'm not gonna go fully on the record of this, but I've said I have money and I have resources and I have the time. I just don't want to be. Basically, I want to set and forget. I want people
Hmm.
like if I were to do that, um, I want people in positions of power with the organization, much like what the Texas Rangers did for Optic. I want no one else touching the org that does not know what they're doing, even if they internally brought it up. I want no one else touching it. The only problem that, and this is telling as to why Optic failed with the Texas Rangers, the Rangers brought in business people that thought that they knew what they were doing, but didn't realize esports does not equal traditional baseball. So I
Yeah.
bring people from esports, hire them in. But again, if I'm disclosing the amount of money that I would spend, uh, it's only for the pure fact of skepticism and knowledge on my end. Like I am at the point where I'm able to drop about $10,000 because I have enough of a nest egg to do that sort of thing.
Well, can
The
I just
problem is,
interrupt for 1 second? Pulse. I mean,
yeah,
this was all speculation, but it was a ghost roster, wasn't it?
yep, yeah, I
Yeah.
understood that it was under my understanding from a contact that we both know. Uh, you know who we're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Young Gun.
He
But it
knows.
was under the knowledge, huh?
He knows. He knows his name.
Yeah, but it was under the knowledge that essentially, I mean, I mean, it's pretty much on the record. I mean, I will do everything that's public knowledge rather than what I assume because I don't
Hmm.
want anyone to bite me in the ass on this. Um, the owner, the current owner, she frequents um parties at like esports parties, which is like not a problem. I think that's what you're supposed to do in network. She actively goes to LCS events or whatever the current name of it's
Yeah.
called. She does network with the right people, and I genuinely mean that. Like there are a lot of shitty people in esports, but I think she networks with the right people because I see it's the same people that I follow, and they have excommunicated themselves away from the scene, so they know better to be dealing with certain people. So, I mean, part of me wants to now reach out and being like, okay, like what is your business strategy? Like,
Yeah.
because the reality is I have been looking to do something where it's like I want to set and forget, but there are extreme guidelines, and not just that, it's basically a levied loan, which is like a VC money.
Yeah.
Like the difference between a levied loan and VC money is like it's kind of what I was gonna do with an organization that we were in, like I was looking to acquire through a former NBA player. Um, Essentially, if they don't follow up and there isn't the same action, um, I essentially take ownership
Yeah.
because it's basically like
You
it's an
neglected
asset.
this, it's mine now.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, like, but the problem is convincing someone that that's the path to go down and saying like, hey, this is your child and your baby that you built up.
I'm taking over, I'm
And
stepping in, like this is all mine if this ends
and,
up going horribly.
and here's the worst part, like the LCS probably understands this, and I'm calling them LCS for now because I don't know what it currently is,
I couldn't
LCE or
tell you.
whatever it is,
LEC, something like that, LCA.
LEC. I would not, even though per league rules, I'm pretty sure they have to have a salary. I would not salary a single player. I would levy the income that or the initial investments that I would throw into this, and this is just me doing business talk. It would be to secure and acquire the spot and pay any fines, then acquire marketing and managing and content creator like background people, producers to start making content immediately
Yeah.
because this is a really good this at this point this is a really good like fiery button to hit and being like I would sit the owner, the current owner down, give her every single moment to talk in front of the camera and express what happened in complete legal like legally like good terms. Um and not beg for money, but basically beg for people to come through and like support this organization because it's tier 2.
Yeah.
And then from there, I would take my hands off the wheel and say, okay, like here are my 4 pillars. If you need a consultant, use my money that I've given to you to pay him to figure this out. He will spend his time figuring it out, but you pay him the amount that he's guaranteed.
I do consulting.
You know, and then here's the thing: he may or may not be my little protege. I won't say that, but he's my like. So if I do need to crack a head or two, I mean, I've literally built it, and he's perfected what I made originally,
Yeah.
and
I mean,
like
I
go
definitely
from
would have
there.
fucked
And
with
it,
your money, honestly. Like, I definitely would
I
have.
mean,
I'm usually smart too going into that kind of shit, you know. Like, I mean, I was careful with team growth, and like, I'm not being careful because I know
yeah.
that they're genuine and whatever. But I mean, God's honest truth, I haven't worked in esports in about a month now, so
So, and here's the thing, and this sounds really shitty, right? And I think this leads to a lot of other comments or a lot of questions or a lot of points that we had in this. Like, I'm interested in talking about Siege a little bit versus Valo.
mm,
The LEC or whatever, the League of Legends North American sector still has a lot of money in it. It
yeah,
still has a lot of potential in it. Um, there is no um, there is no certainty in esports. There is no certainty in life. So let's live it the best we can with the resources that we get and pushing forward. Um, like I'm even reading in the comments, it sounds like you need a lawyer. It sounds like you need this. Like you're not going to win the case. The answer is
yeah.
by the time you receive your money, the lawyers already cost way too much money. Um, just dig yourself out with the right people around you and just move forward.
Yeah. I
Ooh,
did
what is
send you
this?
I did send you one thing. I don't know what this game is, but Disguise did sign another roster. Mecha
What the
Break. What
fuck
is
is
that
this?
game?
What the fuck is this? Dude,
It,
these are all players I know. Wait, these are actively all players I know. By the way, S9MM, he was the person that got canceled from um, M99, whatever the grenade organization is. What is it, M99? Is that the
yeah.
one that's...
M80.
Yeah, M80. Sorry, M80 and not M99, but M80.
Oh,
Yeah.
he
So
did
I
get
don't
canceled
think.
out of them.
Yeah. So I don't know why Disguise picked him up. Like he never really made a formal apology. The fact that he's still with Winthorpe is, as an esports player, makes me a little fucking gross. In fact, like I would probably reach out to Winthorpe, going like, "Hey, if he's playing, like you can't. There's no
What's he?
excuse."
They have
Like
two
there.
collegiate players, one for Maryville, and one for Winthrop.
So
What is this game?
Juby is a really good human being. I'm gonna say that Juby is a good human being. False, a good human being. Dante, excellent. Like he has been
Oh, this is
viewed
a
as like one of the nicest people. Hydron is Hydron, like really good, like really good player. Um, we'll say that.
wait. What? What is this game? It's not in
I'm
English.
looking up.
It's not
I'm
an
looking. It could
English
be a
natural
troll.
game.
It could literally just be a troll. I mean, disguise. I don't even know.
What the
Mech
hell?
break.
It's on Steam. What the
I
hell?
I don't. I think it might just be a troll.
But why those
I
players?
you know what it is? Okay, they're already trolling. It's supposed to be a Marvel Rivals roster.
Oh. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, best comment I've seen. Holy retirement home.
I mean, that's kind of what this guys could lean into, though. Like, bring
Brought
out all
out
the
all the pro
streamers and.
esports racist team. Oh, I'm sorry, I interrupt, but like, I mean, dude, if that's one of your top fucking like, that's rough.
Pro esport. Oh, Jesus.
Like,
Oh, my God.
it's weird. I don't know
309
why.
MM. Dude, I didn't look through those comments. That's fucking hilarious. All right, wait. I have
I
a
mean,
pack that I opened up magically.
oh, let's go.
It
Okay,
opened
I'm
up in
watching.
my hands without even like.
Pulling it up. Ooh, ooh.
All right,
Okay, we got energy. Okay.
we got energy. We got energy all night. All night. I got way too many of these packs. Hey, it's my wife's favorite card or Pokemon. Duskull.
Yeah.
She did grab that one in a reverse holo already. I'm thinking I want to get her a purple binder so that she can collect all the Duskull cards in it. Professor. What is that? Suicune. There you go. Legendary at least. Need a hit.
Nice.
Need a hit. Need a hit. Reverse. Yeah, reverse hollow Cottony. Are we gonna get a ball in this game? In this pack?
Come on.
Ah, not a master ball. Darn it. That would have been nice to get a master ball reverse hollow on this. Alright, and the hit.
Yeah. Come on.
Ah, Noctowl. Reverse that's a regular hollow. I was about to say reverse. Yeah, this grade 10 master ball would have been sick. That would have been nice to have. Just because it's a Sylveon card and the master balls go for weird pricing. Alright, wait. You know what's even funnier? My hands didn't just
What?
open one.
Oh.
I have a few of these, and I'm kind of excited to get to the Surging Sparks one, so more cards. Alright. Basic energy, we got metal. We're solid up in here. Eggs, don't drop them, they'll break. Favorite best character from Scarlet and Violet right here, Larry. He's just a normal man trying to conduct business. Dunsparce. Trainer. What is that? Mochi.
Looks like a donut.
It kind of does look like a donut. Not a big enough hole though. What we got? I'll take
Oh, what is
this.
that?
It's Area Zero. It's one of the stadium cards, one of the new stadiums. I think it's something to
That's
do with
cool looking.
terastallization. Yeah, it does. Terra Pokemon get a boost. That's a sick card.
That's kind of a cool one.
That looked. It's like on the Lion Rock. It's like a
Yeah.
Lion King. Reverse Hollow. Hey, first stage. There we go. All right, we're getting the hits here. Master Ball? No, no Master Ball Dunsparce.
Ah,
All right, and the true hit. Can we get
come
something?
on.
Ah, a Fluttermane.
Looks
Damn.
cool though.
These hits. I need more. I need better hits. That's fine. Once we get the Surging Sparks, we're getting all the bad luck out right now. All the bad luck's
Exactly.
getting out right now. We're going for the Pikachu. That's the true hunt here. All right. Ooh, I draw my pen. You want to talk about Valorant and Siege? I don't understand how these two correlate, so I'm interested.
So we were kind of talking it before stream as you were getting me all amped up. I think that there is a weird correlation between Siege and Valorant in the sense of content and the way they're trying to keep and maintain or bring in more players. Valorant has been pushing more and more operators or new agents coming out. Excuse me as I interchange the words. Um, we just had Tejo that came out in Valorant, which became one of the most oppressive characters in the game, and they had to hot fix him. I won't say hot fix, but they gave him a pretty substantial nerf.
Yeah.
Um, but not for what people thought, and they're still upset about it. But because of the drip feed of content in the past, like people want more agents, which kind of goes back to what Siege has been doing for a long time, for over 10 years, which is trying to fix a game that is essentially broken at its core because it was never built correctly in the first place. While Valorant sat in the development hell for years before it even got teased, um, like they knew essentially what the game was going to be and how it was going to run, and they are evolving the game while Siege had to basically devolve what used to be a completely destructible map. Like you could literally enter in from any spot depending on how many bullets you hit in, or depending on explosives that you brought. You could enter in through floors, through ceilings, through like walls. Some were impenetrable, but
Wasn't that like the whole
essentially
charm of all the Tom Clancy Rainbow Six games?
it was.
Yeah. See, I never played
And
one, honestly, so I don't know. I didn't even play Siege when it first came out. I didn't like the mechanics.
I loved Siege for the fact that literally it was like tapping into my roots of wanting to become an FBI agent. Yeah, it was like a dream of mine to work for FBI hostage rescue and tactics. It so it scratched that itch,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the tough part is now seeing both games intersect into one convening point, which is they need to reinvent themselves to keep people wanting to play. This is the first time Valorant, I think, has done this close of releases for agents, like new characters, while Siege has devolved and slowed down the amount of operators and not really fixed the core issues. But in the background, and this is the big thing, in the background for both games, Valorant has now steadied off and they're not getting new players. While Siege has been losing players consistently, they have been actively knowing this and they're introducing Siege 2, and I'm air quoting, brand new engine, brand new mechanics, brand new interactions. There will probably be offensive and defensive operators being able to be selected from both sides. It will probably be a pick system, so there won't be a duplicate operator from offense and defense.
Mm.
Um, and it will be cool. Like there's new mechanics, but the fact that they kept it under the hood, under the guise that, oh, well, we're just trying to fix the game, or we have a lot shorter of a studio cycle, or we don't have as many people to work on the game. They literally have rebuilt the system from the ground up, at least from the leaks that have been provided. Um, it's going to be a brand new game, essentially, and it's going to be amazing. The problem is, if I look at the Steam, let me look at the Steam charts, if you'll allow me a minute.
Well, even I'm thinking just to kind of keep the ball rolling, just
Yeah,
it almost feels like they knew their game was gonna die. You know, like it almost felt like they had a feeling, and then they're pulling out. Oh well, I've got this brand new thing coming out. Like it's redeveloped, it's brand new. Like come back. Like trying to whiff it at underneath your nose, and
yeah,
that hasn't proven effective. Because even
no,
like I'll go back to my roots, Dota 2 and Counter Strike. Like once again, Counter Strike with CS2 really like didn't bring me back to the game because there was a lot of stuff that I loved about when they first released Go that they just completely cut out, or at least made it impossible unless you're a professional player, you know? And like
yeah.
Dota 2, like they were doing consistent updates. They had really big like tournaments, big streams, everything like that was big. And then all of a sudden they like dropped their care for the game basically, and a lot of people started leaving because like there was nothing new going on. And that's the issue, is how do you balance that new and keeping your fan base, you know?
And that's the difficulty, right? Like, I think that at this point in time, Siege, like, it goes back to what we were talking about before. How do you develop a fan base? You have a single player campaign where people want to play and actively like look forward to it, or even if you don't, you have a fan base that actively wants to get on the multiplayer, and it's balanced enough where it doesn't feel like it's dead online, but it also doesn't feel like I have to play online because everyone is playing right now, and if I don't play within the first week, no one's going to play with me afterwards. So I have time to play the campaign.
Yeah. Well,
They
not
don't do that anymore.
even then, just like finding people with similar interests in the games too, and like stick around to the games. Everybody game hops nowadays because there's like a new game every month to play. And like some of them in single player, but most of them have been multiplayer. Like most of them have been, you either got your indie developers who are developing single player games that you can replay infinitely, or you've got AAA developers who are developing multiplayer games to tap into a different market.
Yeah. And I don't think there's any easy in or easy out. I don't see this going any other direction than where it's currently at. And I mean, there's been leaks about the new Battlefield. I'm really excited for that. Um, I genuinely hope that Battlefield shows up and does not do competitive, um, and goes back to its roots, just because that's what
It's
was
been
like the
four
balance in the
years.
Force.
It's been 4 years since the last Battlefield game.
It sounds about right.
Yeah, November 2021. So almost a full years. Damn. I was wondering how long it's been. I haven't heard about Battlefield in a while. Like I've heard you talk about it a few times, but even then it's like, I don't know, I didn't expect it to be that long. Especially with like the output that like Call of Duty does and stuff like that. I think it just gets overwhelmed. I think I get overwhelmed as a consumer.
I I just the way games are being presented now. I need to see more effort being put in. Like I don't
Hmm.
want to hear like what was that big game that came out that no one played? It was like a quadruple A game. What was that? I'm gonna have to look it up.
Finals?
Game, hold on. Yeah, it might have been the finals. Um,
Thinking of finals.
oh, it was the Star Wars Outlaws. I think that's what it is.
Oh. Was that supposed to be a competitive game or was that a single player game?
I think it was. Oh, you know what it is? It was Assassin's Creed.
Oh.
The
I don't
like
even know what the
it
deal was.
just like the
Even
fact
then,
that I
those
can't
single
even put
player
my
games
finger
don't
on it.
feel like they're that good anymore.
Yeah, the fact I can't put my finger on it is bad. It's really, really bad because it feels like every game is just bait. So
Yeah, because I feel like, I mean, I'll be
Anthem,
honest, I haven't spent $60 on a video game in a long time because I don't feel like they're worth it anymore.
yeah, um, Anthem, price. So Anthem, game
Oh,
development
this
cost.
is the game
Anthem
I
cost them $100 million. Oh, sorry. Within 6 years of development, you're looking at almost $500 million to make Anthem, and it didn't even release well. Like, regardless of it being competitive or not competitive, regardless of it being out there, it's the fact it made 100 million from people just wanting to try and play it is kind of crazy.
Wait, are you talking about
Like,
Concord too?
Concord. Oh my God, Concord was a mess too. Look up Anthem, but Concord was a mess too, wasn't it?
Yeah, that shut down after a few months. I'm pretty sure August to.
Concord budget $400 million. Like, if you look up Anthem development cost, that was $500 million. Like,
Yeah, and
for
these games are
what?
just failing. Like on this, that's why I make fun of Deadlock a lot because that's what it feels like. Is like they put so much time and development into this game, like kept under the wraps, and then like spent so much money on it, and then it's like, what were you planning on doing? Like what was the plan here? And that's why I call it Dead on Arrival because I don't understand the game. You know, like I don't understand where its place falls because it's obviously a competitive game, but like it doesn't feel like it's user friendly. You know, like you're not gonna get casual players. Everybody who plays the game is gonna be a sweaty tryhard. You know, and why are we gearing games towards that way? Like I get it, the esports industry is like big, but it's not big enough to support your game long term. You have to support your game long term. And like
It's just
development, $500 million. Where like I get it, games are expensive to make, but my at the other side of it is like clearly you did something wrong and didn't listen. I don't understand how you can. Oh, that bugs me a lot. Is it just trying too hard? Like it's not just trying too hard.
I, you know what it is, and I can, and let me wrap this into a different subject because like it's annoying. And this isn't a heel turn to being like a conservative talking point. Let me make it clear. Like I want to see intuitive and like not intuitive, but ingenuitive games that think outside the box, but also have a place that is built with love and understanding of the community it's around, right? It's actively asking people to test their game out, seeing what it is, seeing what the market wants rather than what necessarily the developer wants. Um, Much like any business deal, I can't tell, like if I'm going into a business deal to acquire an esports company, right, or a team, I can't just tell them I'm going to gut them because I'm not going to do that because for some reason there is a level of success. Even though it may be not apparent to me, there's a reason why it's working. And I'm there to learn from everyone as to why it's working there and why I think it shouldn't be working, but it is.
You want to be
Anthem,
proved wrong.
Concord, I want to be proved wrong, but like Anthem and I almost say want to say Anthem Blue Cross, but Anthem and Concord both were major mistakes because they came after the MOBA scene. They came after Destiny 2, like the big hits. Like these are all people like developers that wanted to see successes because they love those games and they know people love those games. The inherent issue then is okay, are you building it for you or are you building it for a bigger, greater scene that wants to see this? And are you test betting it with real research and background? Because even if I was to tell you, like, I'm going into talks to acquire this esports team or do like preliminaries, I am doing like hardcore work in the background to figure out what's going on, what's the viability of league in the next 3 years, in the next 2 years, the next year, the next 6 months. Like, what is the actual viability and what's my ROI? Because even though I may love league, I may have that sweet spot for league. If the sponsors aren't going to come to this place, then what's the point of investing a dime into it, let alone a fucking penny? You know?
Well, and even like
So
not everybody is into the gaming world too. So like, how are you going to get interest from other perspectives? How are you going to become a household name opposed to just within the esports community? You know, because like if I go up to not a random stranger, but somebody within like my circle, and I said faker, they very well might understand who I'm talking about. But if I go and say somebody like Arteezy, they're gonna have not a clue what I'm talking about. So like how where's the gap there? And like that's what you have to be thinking about too when you're investing is that like where can this go? Like next month it could be shut down for all I know.
Yeah.
That's how volatile the scene is. No matter what, is you could be shut down at any given moment, especially if you take the wrong investments.
And that is my major concern, and that's why I have to be very careful with what I say, because like this is like what I'm saying now is all on the record, and that's why I have to play very careful with what I'm saying, because like
Mm-hmm.
I do want to see successes. I do eventually want to see a major hit, and I want to see or be a part of that success, because although it's a small amount of money compared to a VC, it is more money than what probably would even be given realistically to a team of that size and that caliber. And realistically, the acquisition cost of all that was probably way over the mark of what they actually were worth
Yeah.
overall. And it's not to shit on them, it's to shit on the system that is overvaluing these spots. They're overestimating these spots. I mean, congratulations to Reapers, Carolina Reapers, for getting the hell out when they did. But like they also kind of stuck someone with the bag,
I
like
mean,
or
volatility
they
also
stuck.
becomes a huge issue. I
What
mean,
what does?
volatility of the
Oh
scene
yeah,
overall. Like, here's the thing: is like whenever I go into, and I think I've talked about this on podcasts prior, but whenever I go into a scene or an organization or even a team that I'm like part of, I look at the longevity of the team and like if it's not going to last more than a couple months, then I really don't want any part of it because I'm there for a long haul. I've been at my current job for 7 years right now, or 6 years, excuse me. Like I believe in longevity, and like if I think the organization's gonna shut down in a month, you're not gonna get any business from me. You're not gonna get any interest. And like yeah, you are in this position where you could like help, but you've really got to be careful with it because like if it happened once, when's it gonna happen again? When am I gonna run out?
yeah, and that's why I am taking very tentative steps in this
Mm-hmm.
direction, because I would like to see, because I knew this was coming. Like we talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna call myself a clairvoyant, but like even you saw this coming when we talked about this. Like you saw this
Well,
coming.
the minute you
Um,
started saying ghost rusters, like, well, that can be plugged. That plug can be pulled immediately. You know, it's not
yeah,
working, guys. Sorry, we're hands off now. Bye.
and I guess the next logical step, which is like the concern, right, is what does the future now look like for T2 when it comes to the sponsor angle?
Yep.
Because if I were to put in money, um, like here's the one thing about like I mean Luminosity has their own issues, but like
Here's what we
who
say.
was
Somehow we
we were
manage is
talking about
buying an
Envy.
esports team. We're buying an esports team. Somehow we manage nightmare. I don't know. I'm fucking being
Yeah, dude.
stupid.
But like I look at that and like Envy can immediately get a sponsor back. And like I mean that with full sincerity and like full throatedness, because like Elgato is still frothing at the mouth for 500,000 people to possibly engage with, even though the numbers don't look great realistically on their actual like timeline. Um, like Complexity and Envious don't have fantastic numbers. It's great numbers, but they aren't fantastic because the conversion rate for that age group is not great. That's why, like, as petty as it sounds, like I have like sponsors I would line up that are more in line with the demographic that would be watching League of Legends. They can afford the stuff that would be produced.
hmm
Like, there isn't going to be an Elgato sponsor.
Well,
There
it
isn't
even
going to be an iBuyPower sponsor, right?
yeah. Well, it even feels like no. These are businesses, right? Like I'm just asking this as a rhetorical question. These are businesses, right?
Yeah, they should be.
And don't businesses do research on their demographics? Do research on like who's actually paying attention to them?
They should.
Okay, so why am I getting blown in my face with streaming capabilities and like you're right. You got to cater to your audiences, and it doesn't feel like. I mean, and this might just be me being tired of esports and like the organizations that are currently in the top guard, but I don't care. Give me a hot sauce sponsor. Give me the Chipotle one. That was cool. Like I admit, I fell into that a little bit and thought that was cool when they started sponsoring streamers and teams. Like I thought that was really cool. But then you're throwing like I Buy Power, Elgato, or I can't even name anything else off the top of my head. A Corsair, like I get it. They have product that can be used towards what I want, but I'm not gonna lie, some of that product is kind of shit. Like I'll call out fucking actually I won't call them out just in case, but I had a keyboard and mouse set from this company and they broke within 2 months. And this is a name brand company.
Yeah.
And they sponsor everybody. Or at least it feels like they do. Shit.
It's just it just feels so reductive at this point to even like I'm going through the timeline right now. I'm looking at FaZe Rug. Like
But that's
he
also
is
what's
the
shoved
same
in your
gig and
face. Like that's also
yeah.
like I appreciate some streamers, some of them are really good and keep to their guns, but a lot of them just follow hype. And like I'm not interested in that. A lot of them follow drama. A lot of them like it doesn't feel genuine anymore. I get it's the
No.
entertainment industry and like it was going to turn that way eventually because I mean, look at the freaking television industry right now. It's all reality TV. There is nothing else on that is entertaining other than reruns from old shows. There's no more effort.
So like here's my thing, right? I pulled up on my timeline FlyQuest. Um I literally just saw them do their whole like marketing for their new jersey. It's literally just another like traditional commercial that's selling sex. Like there is a woman on the front, and mind you, like she could be a famous esports player. I don't know off the top of my head, but you're literally just selling sex. I'm sorry, like there is like even though you're selling a jersey, like what is this actually telling me about what you were doing? Because you pulled out of League of Legends, you're only in CS, you've got a women's team, which is like a round of applause to them for supporting like women and like gender expansive folks as they're calling them, LGBT communities, I would traditionally call them. Um, like why? Like if you're gender inclusive, like I'm all about like doing it, but like don't sell it like this, man. Like your jerseys are too expensive. Like cute girl on the front. Why?
Well, yeah, and
Like
also
jerseys are too much money and cheap. That's the
touching
other
back on
part.
the demographic thing too. Like I'm interrupting more than I should be tonight,
No,
but
no, I want to hear it.
touching on the demographic thing, like I'm not gonna spend $60 on a fucking jersey. Some kid's gonna steal their fucking mom's credit card and buy a jersey, and that's not gonna end up well. You know
Uh, yeah. So you want to guess the price of the jersey?
how much is
Okay,
it?
there's the elite and then there's the regular.
Okay,
Which
one
one
of
do you
them
want to
is
guess is
like
number one?
$45.99. It's probably shit quality, and then the other one is probably like 70.
The elite is $88 and the base one is 80.
Oh my god, really? You know what you could buy with $80? You could pretty much buy a fucking brand new terabyte hard drive for $80. You could buy I could buy freaking I could buy this twice.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I get it. Fans, like, I understand. But you know what? I can go to Fenway Park and buy a really high quality jersey for a team, probably for about 60. I'm pretty sure it goes for about 60 for like a regular team jersey. Player, it might go a little bit more expensive, but I'm pretty sure you could just get a Red Sox jersey for $60. Hold on,
Yeah.
I'm about to find it because that's absolutely batshit to me. Absolutely batshit. $80. That you know what? That's getting dangerously close to that $100 bomber jacket from 100 Thieves.
We don't talk about that. Or maybe we should.
How much they fumbled the bag on that? Ugh, that bugs me. Hold on, I'm looking at the jerseys right now. All right, wait, they do get expensive. God damn. Really? I remember a jersey was like $60. Huh. I mean, I guess the price of jerseys have increased since I last bought one, but geez, Oh no, I mean
Okay, so counterpoint to that, even if it's a jersey from like an MLB team, let's be really real about it. It's probably the same jersey manufacturer or somewhat similar jersey manufacturer across the whole spectrum of Major League Baseball or
MLB
um
has their own manufacturer for stuff. It's all MLB
oh,
of official licensed merch.
yeah. So
Oh,
here's my thing. If you get a defective jersey, they know better, so they're immediately going to rectify the situation. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to give you a very nice fucking jersey. In fact, they'll probably hand pick it, as stupid as it sounds. They probably do hand pick it to make sure there isn't another complaint because they have the manufacturing to do so. And on top of that, although their profit margins are probably significantly larger because they're able to lower the prices of manufacturing because it's all in-house, there is no excuse for 80 to $90 jerseys in esports. There is no excuse.
well, most of
Like
us. I
what
mean,
what
I don't.
events what events are you going to IRL to see this? Like
Yeah,
Overwatch, like World Cup doesn't exist really anymore, and there's not enough players to go do it. Um, the only excuse I could give for me at this point is like Gears of War like doesn't exist anymore, but I Gears of War competition, get myself a jersey and go there, right? Like it's literally a San Diego, it used to be a San Diego staple. Like TwitchCon, I'm not going to bring my favorite jersey because reality is number one, all the big pro stars are hidden behind everywhere else because they don't want to be interacted with and all they want to do is go to parties. Number two, all the people that actually are movers and shakers are tired um, or ineffective in their organization or just don't care.
yeah,
Like, and they just don't interact. So what me wearing a jersey doesn't really matter to them. That's why I want to invest in T2. Like that's why I want to look at the numbers and break the books open to see what the reality is. Because if it's not viable anymore, then I'm done with esports. Like I've already said this. You have all my cheat sheets for everything and you have my brain to pick.
yeah.
Like if that's the current scene, I'm done. Like that's where I cut the cable. Like it's done.
I mean, without tier two, I've said this before. Without tier two, we have no tier one. Like, if that all falls down, and the people who are watching tier two were watching it for a reason, like they did it for their own enjoyment. Like, yeah, you could watch CS:GO tier one, but it's gonna get stale because you're not gonna have anybody new coming in. A lot of these organizations are gonna drop out. Like, you're not gonna have David versus Goliath. It's gonna be Goliath versus Goliath versus Goliath. It's not gonna be entertaining. Uh, that bugs me a lot, actually. Even then, like the tier two scene, like I think it's doing okay. Like at least from my standpoint, it's doing okay. But once again, like I don't know what's gonna happen next month. It's too volatile to be able to fully predict what's going on. Like Marvel Rivals might give a small resurgence, but I foresee that facade lasting maybe a year. You know?
I, you know what's crazy? And this is something I haven't thought about yet, but probably should have been in the front of my brain. How many T1 slash pro esports teams are actually left that can invest into a Marvel Rivals team for more than a year without seeing major tournaments sponsored by Marvel Rivals? Because the reality is Marvel Rivals, the developers, pretty much seem like they want zero to like little to no involvement in the way of actual tournament organizing because they don't even want to really pay for the licensing for Marvel. At least that's what got leaked on Dextro.
Mm-hmm. Well, even like they have their tournament, their online tournament that they've been doing, but even then, like that's online. Like nobody's gonna sell jerseys
That's
off
good.
that. Nobody's gonna. It's good, and it. Here's the thing: is it's good for grassroots. Like that is good for grassroots scene. But once it starts blowing up a lot more, the issue is it's a Marvel title. You know, like it's got the name Marvel written right on the front face of it. So where does it become another money mill? It's already
I mean,
becoming it. When do they lose faith in their community and like start building it up for higher competitive? You know, like it
I
could
don't think
happen at a
they can.
switch.
I don't think they can because that would also infer that they like a dirty little secret is like regardless of how shitty Blizzard was, like they had a lot of esports people running in the background and mind you they were really there were some really shitty people in the background. If you do any history, there were some really shady, like misbehaving people. Um, it's I don't know, like I don't see any Marvel like outwardly facing like esports coordinators or developers or anyone in the background like marketing managers for the esports side. I don't think they want anything to do with the actual outward facing. All they want to do is license the tournaments to organizers like a Faceit or an ESCA. Like I'm just using random ones, and
Overwatch
then
just
let
did
them
that.
run with it because then they don't have to worry about it. Like let's say the license gets pulled for whatever reason on their end for a certain character because something happened, then they're like they don't have to worry about the esports side. All they have to do is pull the rug from the esports like people, like the producers.
Yeah.
And is that right? I
I
mean,
mean, it
on the
could.
business side, yeah.
Yeah, it saves them some headache, but even then, like you're ruining. You could ruin everything, like at a given moment. Like that's a bunch of. That's what esports is. It can be anything can be ruined in a moment. If somebody all of a sudden's that it's not worth it anymore, or they don't want to develop it anymore, like they could just wash their hands and move on. It's very easy to. I mean, we've witnessed it happen twice within the past like 6 years. Twice, more than twice, honestly. Finals shut down. There's been at least a lot of 4 or 5 games that have shut down in the last 4 years.
Yeah,
All right, I'm itching to open another pack here.
do it.
Keep getting reverse hollow energies. Is that bad luck or good luck? You think?
I wish I could tell you. I don't
I
play enough. So I
pulled 2 by accident. Houndoom. I can't see what I'm doing. All right, hold on. I gotta pull up the full camera. I can't see what I'm doing. I gotta watch the camera and pull the cards. Professor's research. We got an Applin. We're gonna open up the last 2 of Prismatic because we're getting close to our 2-hour mark, and that's when we end stream. So I wanna get through these for
true.
stream.
Yep,
I wanna get
I'm
through them.
excited.
Seeking. All right, here's the hollows. Nope, I lied. Another trainer. Here's the hollows. Oh, hey, Pokeball.
Oh,
It's a Pokeball reverse hollow. You see what I'm talking about? How it's got like
that's
the
cool.
Pokeball in the middle of it,
I like that. That's cool.
compared to like this one where it's just like the swirls.
Yeah, but
It's
I
really
like
cool.
that Pokeball. Wait,
Yeah,
that's
there's a
solid.
Master Ball variant you can get too. See if we can. Can we pull that in the next one? Ah, no. That would have been sick. A
Damn.
Pokeball and then to a Master Ball. But here's what we all came for.
Come on.
Yay, we got a hit. Something at
Oh,
least.
that's big. Wait, that's
Espeon.
big, right? That's what you wanted.
No, 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 no. Oh God.
Oh, that's good.
I would have been way too way too excited.
Oh,
My
okay.
chair would have been gone. I would have been gone. I would have ran to the living room and woke my wife up
Okay.
if I got that shit. Like
My
I would have
bad.
been like, it's mine. But still, hey, Espeon. I'm gonna
That's
put
a
it in
cool
a
card.
sleeve here. It's an EX card. One of the it's part of the like the not the commons, but like it's an ultra rare that you can pull from the normal set. We're looking for like the alternate arts or the full arts. Those are like the best ones you can get. You'll. I wish I could pull one on stream right now because otherwise you'd be able to see it. We're gonna pull one in the next one. Right in this next one right here. So I can show Sam what I'm talking about here. Well, I guess you kind of know
I
what I'm
just
talking
got
about
paid
because I've
for
sent
side
you.
hustle. I'm
What's up?
buying some packs for next week. So
Ooh,
I just
Sam's
got the
on
money
pack duty
dropped.
next week.
Yeah, I'm ready. I got just paid, so I'm bugged.
Hell yeah! All right.
Wait,
Hey,
what is that thing?
is this
Like a
Dragapult?
weird.
So this is the second stage of my favorite Gen 8 Pokemon. Dragapult is like my favorite Pokemon from Gen 8. Duraludon. It's a big old tower. Another Karate Chopper. Karate Chopper. Kung Fu Master. We're gonna go with that one. Hey,
There we go, back to back.
back to back. That's kind of cool. I don't think this is hollow yet. Yeah, we're on the hollow upcoming. Hey, we got the
Okay,
black belt. All right. What's even funnier is I will
come on.
eventually collect this set, so all of the hollows and reverse hollows are
Okay,
welcome.
come on. Come on.
Oh, we got another hit. What is this one? Iron Thorns EX. This is the EX card. Not the full art
That's
or the
cool.
alternate art, but this is kind of a sick card. I like the coloration of it.
That's very good.
Hell yeah. Alright, we got 2 EXs. We're on to Surging Sparks to be open next. This is the one that I truly care about because I need that $500 Pikachu. I need it. I don't want to pay I don't want to spend the $500 for it. I'm picky. I spent $200 on a Charizard card because it was a Charizard card and I knew it was going to be a good investment. That's the other thing. So, I think I mentioned this. I don't know if I mentioned this off stream or on stream, but the cards I collect are like a life investment. You know, I will hand these down to my kids and they will either keep them or sell them, and by the time that they have them in their hands, ideally they're all worth something. So, I'm not just throwing away money. Or at least I don't feel like I am. I very well
You're
might
not.
be.
I mean, it's better than my parents and Beanie Babies. I'll tell you that.
Ooh, that's a rough one. I remember, you know what's funny? I remember I used to have like a big old like basket of just Beanie Babies in my room. And like I remember pulling them down every once in a while. They used to have names on the tags, right?
Yeah, I have a couple that still are like fully mint.
Yeah. So I opened another pack, so we're just going to blow through it
Let's
real
go.
quick.
A
As
sloth,
of
okay.
Oh wait, I don't even know what I'm looking for from this set. I need reverse hollow. Oh boy, Eevee. I need a reverse hollow Eevee coming up here. And then cuz this is towards my sets. So ooh, give me reverse hollow Eevee. That's not it. But here's the hit.
Ah,
Do we get a
oh,
hit?
oh,
No, just a hollow Iron Crown. It's not a cool card. I like these future cards. They've got like the half coloration, and then like
yeah, I'm noticing that.
the old. So there's ancient and there's future. So there's future paradox Pokemon, which are like normal Pokemon, but they're from like the future, and then the past ones. They changed the art style on the cards so that the future ones have this like black on the side, and then the ancient ones have like a brown coloration. All right, my desk is getting out of hand. What the hell? We're gonna move those to a spot nobody can see. We talked about everything. Splitgate 2, we haven't touched on that much. We did try to touch on it.
Well, we kind of hit on it.
Kind of
Split.
hoping it looks like it fixed a lot of the movement problems I had with the game.
I mean, I was looking through some of it, and it looks good. Like the numbers are good when it came out, or when the beta went through. I think they fixed some core issues, but I think the OG split players are kind of like they're a little upset about the gates and how they're a little bit less like jump scary, as I like to call them.
Oh,
Like you
really?
can't just fucking jump on top of someone, but I think that's maybe a good direction. I don't know. That's just me yapping.
It might stop the sweats a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, who are just like god movement players and can just jump across the map. You know? I mean, that's basically why I stopped playing Fortnite. I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with. Granted, this might just me being bad at games, but most matchmaking systems in games are not good matchmaking systems. I don't think anybody is
Yeah.
ever going to crack that code. Yeah, I can't think of a single game that's done well with matchmaking because like even when I was playing Call of Duty a lot, I would like have one good game and then my next four were just like I was getting shit on. And like that might be just because they want you to play the game more, but I don't know about you, but when I start losing a lot, I don't like playing. I need to win at least one game in every like 4 or 5 games. I can sit there and lose a lot, but if I don't win a game, I tend to just lose interest.
I don't know. I get ragey when it's especially ARAMs. If I've hit like a loss streak, I'm just like, brother, what is going on? There is a problem here. It's me and the game and the players. I had a 5 game win streak into a 4 game loss streak on ARAM. I'm like, okay, I'm done. The matchmaking's broken.
No, I don't think anybody's really come up with it because, like, how do you balance that? You can't really, like, you can with bad players against bad players, but then the bad players are they're gonna see that they're playing against other bad players, you know, and like you can't balance it based upon like winning and losing because you could always
I mean,
have
you just
bad
do
games.
stats. You just do stats. That's it. Like you have to go intuitively into the stats.
But didn't
Can this
Call of
person
Duty do that?
SBMM skill-based matchmaking? Yep.
Is it really that great? I haven't heard anything about it.
SBMM is trash.
Okay.
Only for the fact Okay, only for the fact that it took into account wins and losses. So you could literally have someone who was a trash can, who has a very high win loss but a shit accuracy, and the SBMM will take into account how many wins and losses they're statistically have shown. So you could literally get into a party with people who have like a 70% win rate across the board, and one guy may have like a 5.0, one guy may have a 7.0, a woman may have like a 9.0, and they may have just some random guy out of nowhere who's from like Louisville, Kentucky on Shitternet who's at a point 0.5 KDA.
Oof. Okay. Just
Yeah, but
because
the
of the
thing is, their
win
win rate is
loss.
so high.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it disproport like he may have like a 99% win rate because it's so high. It doesn't matter about his like KDA or
Doesn't
his
that also like
accuracy.
entice throwing matches too when you're getting like too hard of matches?
Yes. I mean that's literally what we did back in the day for Overwatch when we wanted to do things. The dirty little secret is we literally would throw matches on accounts. I had a throw account for players to play on. So masters and diamonds, like it was a master diamond account that people could play on because it was a throw account.
Because you just downgrade, you just level it down to get down to a lower level, and you could try stuff out on easier players while you're trying it.
And the joke was it was my account because it was technically my account and I literally could win against diamonds and masters, but as soon as I reached up higher than like let's say the top 2 percentile of like master players, they would just shit on me. So it was like, yeah, that's Sam's account.
Sam's trapped in elo hell. Let's just use it.
No, that's exactly how it turned into. You think I'm joking? That's exactly how it turned into.
Anybody who gets frustrated at the higher levels, like, Sam, can I use your account real quick? I mean, I guess I just need to shit on people real quick.
No, you're joking about it, but that's I mean, listen, man, there are so many unhinged stories as we're going through this. Like, there are going to be more unhinged stories about how players get hyped up before a game and how they would consistently have something happen before a game. We'll get to that when I'm a little bit
Oh my
toasted.
god. No, we'll definitely. That's gotta be like first live form podcast
Oh, that
worthy.
will be.
That's like we
Yeah.
gotta save that for everybody who's just standing there.
Oh, yeah. No, I want people to hear what I'm saying when in person. I think it would be great.
Oh my god. No, that story lives rent free in my head if I'm gonna be honest. Like that.
I mean,
Oh, damn it.
it's
I
great.
can't. We can't leak the story, but tease it all we
It
want.
will never get leaked.
No, I bet you that person's taking it to their fucking grave.
I mean, they should. That's the answer.
Oh my god. Oh shit. What's been going on with you this week, Sam? We haven't even touched base on each other at all.
Well,
You had a
uh, I
good
mean,
week?
good week. I finally have a new Ethernet run from instead of it being down the hall with my in my family's house, it is now in the attic. So um, we're good, and it's all 5x5. So we've got solid signals all across the board. I
Hell
mean,
yeah.
slight impedance, but you know that happens.
You had so it was like in the hallway, like tripping over. I've had to do
Yeah,
that before.
it
I
was a 75-foot cable down the hall.
Oh my god, I had to do that. So I had my room back when I lived with my mom was around into the kitchen, down the hall a little bit, and then there was my room. So I had to run a wire from the living room through the kitchen, through the hallway into my room. The
Oh
struggles
my
of trying
God.
to get internet to a tower. And then I remember when I lived at my other apartment, I had to drill a hole through the floor because the Ethernet or the internet box was like downstairs. So I
Oh,
drilled a hole through the freaking wall, checked it before everything, blah blah blah. Like I did all the precautions, but yeah, that was the only way I could get internet because we were not gonna run a cable from downstairs in the basement, upstairs, around the corner, through the kitchen, through the living room, through the hallway, to my room, across a set of stairs because we had a second floor that you could walk upstairs for. It was rough.
yeah.
So we spent the whole day trying to drill a hole or find a place to put the hole so that we could thread an
Yeah.
Ethernet cable through it.
I. Yep.
I've done some sketchy shit for internet. I'm glad that my
And
office is the only coax cable that works in my new place. So I've literally behind my monitor is my Wi-Fi setup. So
good.
I only have to
Excellent
run like a 2 foot cable from there to there. So no more sketchy setups for internet.
for you.
Yeah, everybody else
Let's
got
see how
stuck with
sketchy
it.
this stays.
Let's see how unsketchy. How about like yours? Is it sketchy through the roofing, or did you like you actually thought it out and meticulously planned it? I assume.
I mean, yes and no. Conduit through the attic, so it would protect the Ethernet cable.
Okay.
Basically just a big old plastic PVC for anyone that doesn't know what conduit is. Like a semi flexible PVC. It doesn't quite go through the ceiling. It kind of there is some exposed Ethernet through the attic, but it's enough where it's protected. It's just more or less heat insulation through the conduit because the conduit will absorb the heat and then also breathe for the cable.
Okay.
So, um, yeah, and it's a nice like it's a Cat 6e. If anyone's ever wondering if you have gigabit Ethernet, that's assuming it's 1 gigabyte down and not necessarily 1 gigabyte up. Cat 6e completely fine. Don't go up. Don't get gaslit into getting a Cat 7 or Cat 8. It's not worth it unless you're business grade.
Okay. I would say I know
Um,
nothing about. I mean, not nothing. I hate networking. That's like my kryptonite when it comes down to like IT work. I First of all, my cable management is god awful. Never look behind my PC because you will cry. Don't even actually look inside my PC because you might cry as well.
right.
And then just to I I'm in this internal battle or forever battle with printers.
Oh
I
my God.
can never get a printer to work. Like if it goes down, my immediate reaction is shut it all down, turn it back on. If that doesn't work, I got nothing for you. That's the way I work around printers.
I respect it though. That is a solid respect.
They have never worked for me, so why the fuck do I work for them?
Yeah, that's goddamn right.
Oh no! Did you do anything else this week? Did you get? You said you touched upon a lot of IRL shit. You at least got your shit done
Oh
that you
yeah.
need.
I think so. What about you?
I did nothing this week. I'm gonna be honest. I sat back and watched as the world went by. I guess this week. I had
Hey,
one rough day during the restaurant on Friday. We did an extra like $800 that I was not expecting at all. I didn't even have the staff to really fulfill it. But your boy's a G when it comes down to that restaurant. I don't know what it is. It's just like second nature for me to like
yeah,
pull the reins and be like, all right, everybody shut up, listen to me, and let's get this shit done. But no, I didn't get
that's
much
good.
that I needed to get done this week. I was supposed to do some editing. I sat here at my computer on Wednesday at like 10 o'clock, staring into the void. I sat
Really.
through and watched. I sat through and watched like one or two of the old vods, and like I was listening for like stuff to pick up and like start editing, but I just I kept going in and out. Like I was listening and then I would stop listening and just stare, and then I was listening again. I was like, I missed like 30 minutes of time. Where did it go?
Oh. No, don't again. Like, don't feel ever bad about that.
No.
Like now that things have settled for me, like I am very like in and outy, but like the settling of time is something that takes a lot of effort, and like that's why I don't push people to do things. Like when I do send a message out to people, it's like I do kind of give a time scale of whether or not it will work out. Um, so
But even then, like, I'm not under a time crunch. Like, I understand that. Like, I mean, we made this freaking podcast because I just wanted to talk and like just wanted to sit and stare into the void sometimes and open Pokemon cards. But it was more of just like I wanted to do it initially, and then I sat down and I was just like, pretty colors on screen. I don't even know how to describe it. Just sometimes I've definitely sat down intending to play games and then ended up playing like the three same games that I could play on my Steam Deck in bed. You know?
yeah,
Oh,
well,
you ever seen?
I wouldn't even go ahead.
I would say you ever seen that game Balatro? Balatro?
Yeah, I have.
I bought it. Help me.
Oh,
It has
it's an addiction from what I've heard.
it has become an addiction. Like every time I pick it up, like I'll play my Poker Road game, and then I'll sit there for a second. I was like, I could play some Baltro. I ended up playing till like 3 a.m. on the first night that I bought it, and like didn't even realize I played for almost 6 hours straight when I picked it up. It's a problem. Like that game is
I
overall
don't.
a problem.
That's crazy. I mean, I want to get Billionaire. I saw someone who I kind of hang out with. I want to get that game. It looks kind of cool. Billionaire.
Billionaire?
It's a it's a vibe game for sure.
Uh oh,
It's
you're
like a
about to get me
gambling
hooked on
game.
something else, aren't you?
Maybe
Oh fuck. Steam taking over everything. Billionaire?
Billionaire. Yeah, it's
Uh
a gambling
oh.
game.
Oh. Oh. Uh oh. Alright. It's on my Steam right now. I'll look at it later. That's gonna be a problem.
Yeah,
Uh
it is. It's already a problem for me.
oh. If it's a problem for you, it might end up being a problem for
I
me.
mean, here's the thing. I watch it because I know better. I've worked with. Okay, mind you, like I've worked with like the tribes, so I know not to put money in those machines just for the sheer
Hmm.
fact I will get addicted to it. And because I work, when I do work, I work for like weeks on time, sometimes at like on site. I will literally put like a quarter or a dollar or swipe the card if I get addicted. So,
Ah. I mean, you know my Dota background, right? I told you why I
oh
quit
yeah,
Dota 2.
oh yeah,
Yeah. I I won't publicly say it cuz it's a little bit embarrassing, but it's a problem. Like a lot of those games, if you really really love them, they will get you. They will get you where it hurts significantly. I mean, okay, wait.
oh yeah.
I'm going back to esports because my brain just like jolted for a second here. Without any knowledge of like competitive Pokemon, like as minimal knowledge as you possibly had, the separation of single player and competitive, is that you think that's a viable option?
Yeah, I think it is.
Because they're releasing this mobile game slash like Switch game that's gonna be like a battle simulator, which is what all the competitive people do in that game. So I don't know if you've seen anything about their new game that's being released, Legend ZA, but
Interesting.
basically they changed the whole battle system in Legend ZA, so they couldn't have a new game with a new competitive format because it wouldn't have worked for their current competitive formatting. So they basically took out the battling system in the original game and are pasting it into another game,
Interesting.
which I honestly think would help. Plus, the cool thing about this new game, and like this is all speculation for me because they did released a very minimal trailer, but it looks like they're bringing old mechanics from previous games into this new competitive battle simulator. So like you could have a Pokemon that's terastallized into fire type, or you could also the opponent could have a Mega Charizard on the other side. Both those are old generation mechanics.
Wait, that's super fucking cool. Wait, like that my boomer ass probably will play it then.
Damn. Cause yeah, like I'm even so like in the trailer they had somebody terrestrialize and they had somebody mega evolve. My thing is like this could make competitive Pokemon interesting. Because if you think about it, if they have all the weird like novelty gimmicks that they have within the games all put into one, there's a rule format for each like season of competitive Pokemon battling. They could flip it on its head. They could say you can only terrestrialize and you can only Dynamax for this season. You know, you can only bring Pokemon from generations 1 through 6 into this season, and you can only use the mechanics
Yeah.
from 1 through 6. Like they could honestly like flip it on its head, and this is where I see like with the cards popping off, the TCG community went from about struggling to reach 100 members to register for their tournaments. Now they're up to thousands of registered entrants for Pokemon TCG. Like people are actually getting into the card game. And honestly, I'll say that that's on the backing of TCG Pocket. You know, they not dumb the game down, but they made the game smaller. They made the game more fast paced, and people are enjoying it. And they're like, well, what about the actual game? And like I think
That's
they're doing a
good.
really good job over at the Pokemon Company, like trying to incorporate both like casual and competitive players.
Well, I think they have a huge advantage, and this is me kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate to take them down a peg a little bit, but like, who was their primary audience growing up? Like,
Oh yeah.
where was their? It was us.
Yeah.
Now we're starting to get a little bit of disposable income, and I mean like a little. But we also want to experience things, so we will go travel. We will go play. We'll go pick up some packs to go open up. We'll go out and look at like the shops that have stuff. We have the opportunity to be a part of it. Before Adobe became shit, like literally people would pirate their stuff. Adobe knew that they pirated their stuff, but they also knew they had a conversion rate of 110% from people who would pirate to own
Yeah.
when they could get the money. So Pokemon is doing the same thing where they're like, hey, we kept the card prices, I think, relatively at a decent price, like to buy. And then from there, like, they're now seeing a major influx in people that want to be a part of something bigger and want to like use their cards. Like they're trying to reacquire their childhood. And our parents did it. The Gen Xers who are a little bit older than us did it. Gen Z will do it at some point,
Yeah.
reacquiring their childhood. And like we're just in that perfect situation, that perfect storm where we're hitting our 30s. And well, I am. Excuse me.
I've got a little bit.
Um,
I'm still trailing behind.
you got some time. Yeah. And then just going from there, like
Yeah.
it's
No, I think they're hitting on it pretty perfectly. I'm gonna be honest with you.
yeah.
I'm gonna blow through 4 packs right here, or 5 packs,
Or let's
because
do it.
we got
Rip it.
we got 8 minutes left here. So we're gonna blow through some packs and then probably leave that up to end of stream. Glad anybody could come by. Always follow podcast SWM on X, and we are SWM podcast on YouTube. I did send an appeal for that to YouTube, because the current owner of podcast SDM doesn't do anything. So hopefully that gets appealed. We pray in YouTube. So
Right.
reverse. Oh, this one doesn't have any Pokeball ones, by the way. So we're looking
Oh, okay.
we're looking for straight hits here. I see a rainbow border. Oh, I thought it was rainbow border. Oh, it is a rainbow border. Hey, we got a hit. Sarah
That's
Ledge
cool.
EX. I need. Oh boy, I need a Latios. I need a lot of the full arts and a lot of the alternate arts. Surging Sparks is the newest set that I started. So I don't have a lot of these cards, but the cool thing about pulling other stuff that you don't need, if it has value, trading is a thing. You can always trade your cards to get ones that you are looking for, which is the best thing about this community is that people are really nice, especially when you're trading and when like you're saying you're completing sets, because like that's really what I do this for. Like I do this because my wife's really interested in completing sets, and like I love Pokemon, so it works out perfectly for the both of us. And reverse hollows. We got a reverse hollow Togepi. Hey, I'm gonna... Hey!
That's cute.
Look, it's a full. I needed this one.
That's cute. Wait, what
Nice.
is that?
That's a Spheal.
I think that's, oh, dude, it's so cute. Look at him.
He's like
That
diving
little
into the
tongue out.
water. Yeah, he's got a little
That little
blep.
tongue.
Do you see this guy?
Yeah, dude, that's you. That's you waiting for me to get on.
That's an alt art right there. That's a sick card. That's a sick pull. Let's
That's
go,
awesome.
guys. Let's
Let's
go.
fucking go.
Wait, there's another card behind this too.
Oh,
Ah, just a hollow cheapo.
ah,
But still, we got this feel.
that's
Hell yeah.
awesome. That's a W.
I'm pretty sure
That's a
I needed this for my set. Hold on. We're going to the drawing boards. I can pull it. It's right here. Hold on. We got it right here. Spiel. I needed it. Let's go. We're marking it off. Marked off. Let's go.
Let's go.
I needed it. Nice. No, that's exciting. All right. I'm back in it. Let's go. 3 more packs. Now I gotta struggle to open 3 more packs. I don't know why I struggle with these packs so much. They're rock sealed. They use glue. I can't figure it out. I never learned how to use glue in preschool. That's a lie.
Oh,
My mom was a great preschool teacher. All right. Oh fuck! I'm so excited about that seal. That's hype as fuck. All right. Also, I was before the seal decided to pop his head. There's your Togepi for you.
that's cute. Look at her.
All right.
Dude, I got the evolved form one time. That was super cute.
Oh, Togekiss or Togetic?
Yeah. Togetic, I think.
Ah, nice. Togetic's. Hey, look, it's Meryl. I love Meryl. Definitely, I would have to honestly. One of these streams, we're gonna do a tier list of George's top 10 Pokemon or like top favorites. Because
Hell yeah.
this is my obsession. I love saying everybody's my favorite, but I genuinely don't know. Hey, that's one of my favorite legendary. I remember my brother got Pokemon Diamond for his birthday, and I remember Pearl just came out, and my grandfather like pulled me aside to another room and was like, "Hey, I got you the other game." But didn't want to announce it to the whole family on my brother's birthday. What do
Oh,
we got back here?
that's
Tapu
cool though.
Lele. I think I'm looking for a reverse hollow Tapu Koko. Actually, from this set. I haven't gotten it yet, right? No. Alright. Time to open 2 more. We have 4 minutes. Go, go, go. Alright. You got any closing things? You got anything cool that you want to poke
Oh,
in or tease?
yeah. Death Stranding 2. I'm excited for it.
Ooh.
Hideo Kojima. I
Wait.
love him. Yeah.
Isn't that okay? I'm gonna sound so offensive here. That's that weird baby game, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? That's the only like recent single player game that I've watched or like seen its entirety of. That was a really cool game.
It's got Guillermo del Toro in it. Dude,
Yeah.
I just love Hideo Kojima. Metal Gear is one of my favorite series because I've lived a former life in that area, so it's fun to see all that going on.
That's really cool.
With all
No,
the hits.
is it like is it a sequel or is it like prequel or is it just its own storyline? Do
Death
you know anything?
Death Stranding will be, or 2 will be a telling of what happened before and after the previous game.
Okay.
So, and it already
Oh.
spoiled a major thing. They already spoiled it, which makes me sad.
Oh
Like,
no.
one of my favorite characters is probably not going to make it. So,
Oh
I'm just like,
no.
what the fuck?
All right. We're in hits here. Death Stranding coming out soon. All right. We didn't
Maybe
get
we'll
a
stream
hit
that
here.
on
Isn't that the game that had like a full like 12-hour game playthrough?
it. Yep. Hmm.
Yeah.
Including cutscenes. I think the cutscenes made it like a solid 15 hours or something like that.
Yeah, somebody marathon that. I swear I don't remember who I watched, but I watched somebody marathon that game. Like
I will
straight.
marathon that game on this channel. I will pick it up. I'm probably gonna buy the deluxe like $120 edition with the
Ooh.
statue and everything.
That would be cool. Honestly, I miss having collectibles from games. I remember oh, what was it? I think it was Diamond and Pearl that came out with little figurines. I had the Palkia figurine. I bought it secondhand, but it was still one of my like cool possessions that I had before I lost all of my Pokemon stuff. And now we were rebuilding. Hey, look, it's Phil. He's falling in again. The boy's always falling into something, always causing trouble. All right, this is the last pack, so we got to get a hit
Okay.
here. Oh, this is what I was talking about.
That's
The
cool.
ancient form,
Yeah, that's
where
cool.
it looks like a sandstorm almost. All
Is that
right.
a Ninetales?
Yeah, it is. It's a really nice
Hell
Ninetales
yeah.
card. I got some cool ones. I have a first edition Ninetales Hollow in my personal collection. This was one of those cards that I remember having as a kid, and I was like, I need to have this. All right, what do we think? Pikachu?
Come on. Come
Pikachu?
on. Come
Oh
on.
wait, I'm overhyping it. Too early.
Oh,
Premature hype.
all right, come
Now we're
on.
hyping.
Let's go.
Hey, it's the
Ah.
Togekiss. You were talking about a Togetic
Oh,
earlier. There we
I
go.
cursed it. I cursed it. Sorry, brother. I cursed it.
But we got some good hits. A couple of them I'll add to my trade binder to try it for later, but this feel is a huge hit for me. I will love this card, and I love that I need it for my set, so it's going straight into the binder. No Pikachu, but I will spend my money irresponsibly another week. But yeah, that hits us at 2 hours, guys. I appreciate anybody who came by to watch. I appreciate anybody who comes by to watch the VOD. You guys are legends. Honestly, just follow us on X for more updates. We're probably going to be following a lot more esports news on the X page. I'm looking to put in factual articles that you guys can follow and learn from about the esports industry and how it's doing, especially in the tier 2 grassroots scene. And then I want to talk about it a lot more on the podcast. So we've got a lot more stuff coming along for you guys. I'm also looking into getting it published on Spotify and Apple Music so we can get more ways to enjoy the podcast. But if you want that news first, you got to follow Podcast SWM. Follow me at Reviewing Llama. And anything for you to plug, Sam, if you want to plug your Twitter here?
Oh, yeah, it's the 8 Buffalo on Twitter. It's weird because
The
the Buffalo was taken.
the Buffalo is taken. Hopefully not
Yeah.
taken for granted. Oh, all right.
Oh.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. We will see you.
Peace.